Ella is best known for her time competing in beauty pageants. She placed second runner-up in Bini Bini Pilipinas 2003, but later went on to compete in Queen of Tourism, which was held in Mexico. She ended up bagging the top crown and winning the whole pageant. Her confidence both on and off the stage has shown everyone that real beauty comes from within.
Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of In Love with Me. And today, as you can see, I am super happy and excited to share with you guys a beautiful woman that I call my sister. I've known for years. We have so many memories together, and she will inspire you and motivate you with her journey and her story. And of course, whatever she is doing now will be empowering to hear. So without further ado, let me introduce you guys to the beautiful Mae Evangelista, Queen of Tourism International 2003. Hi, Ella.
Hey. Hi everyone. How are you?
Good. My gosh, it's been a long time, and it seems like you have not changed.
It's been 17 years.
Did you see
the 17 years?
Did it bring up
Here I was. Yeah, I know. I was laughing behind the screen. I was like, it's like, rehashing those memories of 17 years ago. Oh gosh.
Well, how could we not forget them? Those was, you made the country proud, and it was so amazing during those fun times that we had, all our bonding. We were just talking about how we wish our other batchmates, our sisters would join us today, but it was really fun to catch up with everyone. When was it, like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, when we did our own reunion?
Yeah.
And I did ask them if they wanted to join, but of course everybody is busy, also different time zones, because Carla is in LA, Kate is in France, and Jerry's busy in Cebu. But we're like neighbors, so buti naman, at least you were free. But the reason why I wanted to invite you here is because I find you very inspiring, and even until now, you're such an empowered woman. But before we talk about what's happening with you today, please share with everyone just a little bit about your background, your journey, on how you became the inspiring woman that you are present.
Oh wow. I don't know how this. But yeah, as you I started out as a model. I met you in those one of those fashion shows, and then I joined Bini Bini Pilipinas in 2003. Won second runner-up, and then they sent me to Mexico to compete for the Queen of Tourism International, which we eventually won. I broke 3 ribs in that process. I fell, broke 3 ribs, but still won it. It's been a long journey. 17 years between 2003 and now. It's been a long journey. A lot has changed, a lot has happened. And here we are. We're in COVID. We're all in lockdown, but managed managed to still work. We still managed to work things out. I mean, so yeah. And here I am.
And
Here
also,
in my
you're a mother
office.
of two,
I'm a
handsome
mother.
boy.
Yes, I mother of two teenagers who I'd
Mhm.
say are bouncing off walls right now. I mean, this
They keep you
whole
on your toes.
yes, but they're nice. I mean, like I could not ask for better people to be in lockdown with. Like
Right.
they're manageable. They're manageable. They're nice kids. We take turns cooking. We do artwork. We swim. We just here. Since they're not allowed to go out, it's very challenging, I guess, for parents. And what's more is that because they're teenagers now, you know, there's a certain kind of discussion. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to always keep them, safe and in a way where their minds are positive because it's really up to us to, inspire them, especially in crisis like this, right? But let's rewind. Going back to you joining pageants. I know you were a model first, so that was an advantage for you. I know I was also taught I should model first before joining pageants. Why is that?
Well, there was one mentor who, at that time, uh, well, we all know Roger Flores. He is now one of those who has one of those beauty pageant camps. So he asked me if I was willing to join Binibini, and I was actually not very inclined to do it at first because it will take my time out of since we can't really accept a lot of uh, modeling jobs in between the months where we're supposed to enter the pageant. And he told me, like just try, and if you like it, if you do go in, then let's work on it because it's really the kind of expectations people have of you. I mean, I wasn't really into it. I wasn't really into it. So anyway, I screened, and they chose us to be in the top 40, and so I'm like, okay, this is it. I mean, this is what it's like to be a national pageant. So and then like you kind of work with it, uh, and I actually enjoyed it. It's one of the best experiences I've had in my life, actually.
Yeah, people really don't know that, after all is said and done, at least for us, we were really close. We really empowered each other after, we placed in Binibini, and then we even stayed in Araneta Coliseum. I was talking to Karen Augustine the other day with Lara, and we were just reminiscing about, oh yeah, we slept on the rooms that were up there, and a lot of people don't know that there's rooms there.
Yeah.
And we were
Yeah.
the lucky ones who got to
Yes.
stay up there, I
Yes.
guess. Even
The
it's
creepy.
been there since when? Like early 90s, 80s. I think those rooms have been there, right?
Yeah.
And we
The creepy
bonded. We ate.
room. The creepy rooms, like with all these yeah, like really old rooms. But what I loved about the experience is you get to know the people behind um Binibining Pilipinas, the staff, very wonderful staff who are just there not just to protect you. They dress you up, they make sure that of you come out on the stage well dressed up, well respected way, and they become your chaperone. And and for me, those are one of the things that I really cherish most as an experience.
Yeah, all the manangs and the kuyas and the ates, they were always there for us. Yeah, they're like our second family. Looking back, we did have a lot of, challenges, and they were there to pick up the pieces for us, like even like gowns, or we had mishaps with heels. It's like, oh, here's yours. It's like, oh, thank you. We're younger, so we're like a bit aloof with our stuff. So what was the most memorable, apart from the behind the scenes people, that you had during, let's talk about before the pageant night? Oh, Binibini.
Oh, I remember. Okay, I remember. We had a batchmate, Gretchen Maladan. So I'm going to give a shout out to Gretchen. And I remember we were walking along the hallway of Dusit Hotel, where we were building. Um, and we were just practicing our walks, and, and just talking. Me, Gretch, I think Kate was there, Anna Marie Falcon, who is now Francine Prieto. She was there as well. I mean, like the what I remember most about it the night before was there was just a lot of talking. Like we were just talking and, like supporting each other and say, well, come what may tomorrow, this is it. Let's just support each other. And that was something that really was ingrained in me. I guess it's a different story when you're in international pageants, because you have to kind of force yourself to become friends with 70, 80 other beautiful women from around the world, and you have that language barrier. This time, the night before Bini Bini, it was just surreal at the same time, because I mean, these are your sisters, and we still continue to like each other's Facebook posts up until now, and it's what, 17 years on. So um, you basically form friendships after that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, yeah, you just reminded me, Dusit. How did you feel when they like they tore it down? I was like, oh no, that was a memory that we had, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, 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 sorry, that's a mistake.
That was
It's not. It's not. It was
it.
Intercon.
That was
That's
Intercon. Yeah.
but yeah, just no. So yeah, my mistake.
What
It's
about
been
you?
but yeah, like do sit every time I walk in there, I always tell my kids, oh, this is where we stayed, this is what happened here, and all
Yes.
these things happen. It's like it seemed like yesterday. Every time we visit these these places that were special to us. I mean, even when I go to Arnett,
Yeah.
I always think about those times. I was like, my gosh, had so many memories here, especially with you guys. But okay, so moving forward, a lot of girls are aspiring, wanting to follow your footsteps, beauty queen's footsteps, as a runner-up, right? In Binibini, you were the only one in our batch that really won an international pageant. And how does that make you? I guess, of course you feel proud, but how can you motivate other girls that regardless if you're a runner-up, you still have a chance to represent a national pageant?
Well, I always look at it. Okay, after winning second runner-up, um, of course, I wished I was on your level, but I took it in stride. I never thought that Binibini Filipinas will send me to Mexico to compete for the Miss Tourism International. But as they presented me this the, the the possibility of going to Mexico, and I was like, sure, why not? Like, okay. And I left for Mexico with about 100 kilos of luggage alone. And by the time, and we've traveled so much around Mexico for 2 months. And by the time the pageant started, and usually you have this huge uh, costumes, and I actually thought at that point, I'm just going to give it all. I'm just going to give it all. And it did. I mean, I had roadblocks on that pageant night because I actually fell on stage with my costume. And it gagged me because I had this huge 7 kilo headdress on me, and it was gagging me. And I thought at that point, I've just lost it. That's it. I'm done and over with because of that. But like you have people telling you, come on, get up, get up. And I got up and just waved to everyone and as if nothing happened, and eventually won the pageant. So although you do have a lot of stumbling blocks along the way and all these challenges along the way, there is still that kind of hope in the end, that you can still win something that's not supposed to be winnable. Something you think that you can't win anymore. There is still that. So yeah, even if we've heard stories about the awards back having to join 3 times before she won Bikini Pilipinas Universe and then eventually won Miss Universe. It didn't stop her until she got to her goal, and that shouldn't stop anyone, any girl, from joining any beauty passion and having to redo it again, and to get the goal, to get to a point where she wants herself to be.
Yeah, I mean, if you were part of an official candidate and you win a crown, or let's say you are runner-up, or you just never know, you just have to be ready, right? You have to be ready because the opportunity is still available if you're ready and willing. Just like Ella, she was ready. And I guess Stella said, hey, I'm going to send you to Mexico, go represent the country. And she did. And she even broke 3 ribs, right? You said, and managed to carry this heavy national costume and win the whole thing. So it's really having the strength and patience and power, because like with Ella, she put 100% or even more in grabbing this opportunity of representing the country. And yeah, we were always like so excited, and we were so happy when you won that, because it was like, wow, I can't believe Ella did that. We have a few people that we know that are watching, so we want to say hi to Manette. Hi, Manette. I don't know
Hi
where
to
she is
everyone.
exactly. Yeah, she's sending
Hi to
love to
everyone.
the bus. We have
Thank
Dive
you.
Instructor Mabel. I think
Yeah,
I'm
she's a
saying
good friend of mine. Yes,
yes,
yes.
and she's watching.
Her.
And I
Yes.
guess Ronan watching. Hi, how are you? Long time no see. I have a question for you. Okay, what was your
Oh,
mindset going to Queen of Tourism International? I guess you mentioned already that, but you
oh
can.
yes. Well, the mindset is really, well, at first, like the mindset was really to win. That was my goal. Of course, with any pageant that you come across, every girl is there to win. That was my mindset. But of course, it didn't come in easy, because you look around and you have 60 other girls who are way more glamorous, way more beautiful than you are. But I have to say that, don't leave out the fun in it as well, because I had so much fun. It was a really memorable experience for me, and um, yeah, just the mindset of wanting to win it at least, and to try to give out your best. And I think that's the most important part of going into a pageant. I mean, but you have to come really prepared um, and basically be, there are a lot of sacrifices involved. So in terms of physical physical challenges, you have to be in good shape because this will wear you down all the time. I mean, you go out, you have all the events every single day, so you have to be on top of your game all the time. So yeah, I guess mentally you just have to go in with a with a with the mentality of wanting to win it.
Yeah, so physically and mentally prepared is what you really need to be, right? Another one, how is
Right.
it transition from modeling to pageantry? How was your transition?
My transition was I kind of did not, well, I was asked to join the pageant or at least try. Um, it was it wasn't as hard for me because I had mentors along the way. I had a lot of them telling me, okay, this is what you should do, and very generous people who have helped me along the way to becoming a beauty queen. What was hard actually was the other way around, from beauty queen to become model back, to transition that to that was very hard because um, a lot of people in the fashion industry have um, already have this, people are already put in boxes. Okay, she's a beauty queen turned to model. So, she might have this, she's not a body type, it's not, you can't do a lot of those shoots wherein it's androgynous because you can never become androgynous. Um, but, but, uh, it's a slow transition back to modeling, and like you, Math, you've done it. You've from being a model to a beauty queen and then back to becoming a model. It wasn't as hard for you, but it certainly was a bit hard for me. So there I think it takes a lot of adjustments on the way. But there, I mean, you transitioned well to modeling, and and did it. You were doing events and hosting.
Well, I think, the reason why, because you were a professional model, I think you had more years experience than I did because I arrived, I guess, 2002 to the Philippines. And so I tried to get into the modeling because the advice was if you were comfortable modeling first, then on stage, your walk and your movements will come out naturally. Whereas going to the pageant first and then transitioning to being a model, you are stiff because you are stuck in the movements of a candidate or pageant scene, right? So
Yes.
I totally saw that with you because I was like, wow, she walks so nice. It's like she's floating in air. How do I do that? But yeah, I think that was the biggest advantage of being a model first and then joining a pageant. So the transition, I think, is easier than going in pageantry and then going for fashion shows. Um, you had to be more, I guess, flexible or more laid back with your body, or just your movements were different.
Mhm.
That was something that I admired the most with you and Kate, because Kate was also a supermodel already,
Yes.
and I was wow, they wear the gowns so like they're like floating. So okay, there's another question here. You mentioned earlier your mentor was Tita Rogel, right? Was there anyone else that was helping you out? Other mentors that you wanted to
Well, actually, there was Tito Robbie Carmona, who, yes, he brought me from Cebu to Manila and did my first fashion show with him. Um, these people are the ones who have brought me from, from out of nowhere, and plucked me and brought me to Manila to become a model. And then it was Tito Royal who actually told me, like, why don't you join Binibini? And yeah, and then I'd say the rest is history from then. I still get in touch with him from time to time to say hi, and who he's mentoring at the moment, or any of the candidates his mentoring. So I'm out. He has gone so far as well as a mentor in the pageantry business. Yeah.
Yeah, Tito Rogel has gone, above and beyond and helping women, as well as big shout out to Tito Robbie
Yeah.
Carmo. I look up to him because he is such a leader. He came from being a model and then doing events, right? And then at the same time, I do see him mentoring girls. A lot of our batch models, co-models, he really was like a second father and to us,
Yeah.
right? The way he would lead us, he really uh, pushed us to the next level on being models and just being women. He really taught us street smart and was always hard on us because he knew that if he was able to elevate us in a way that we can compete internationally or even be part of international fashion shows or photo shoots and things like that. So let's talk about what you're doing now. We talked about that you now are a mom of two beautiful boys, handsome boys, and you speak French. now you,
Now I do. Yes, it's been a while. I mean, it took me some time to learn it. About
yeah,
more than 5 years.
I still remember you were already learning French back during our time also, right?
No, we weren't. No, we were learning Spanish. Remember,
You were
we were learning Spanish.
learning Mandarin.
We were learning Mandarin. We were learning Spanish because we were supposed to go to Colombia or for training for I don't know what. But then and I remember our teacher from Venezuela who could have been Miss Venezuela herself, and we were just me, Kate, and Carla. We were just staring at her the whole time because she was so pretty. She was, and it's like I didn't learn anything in the end, any Spanish in the end, but I was like, okay, what did you do? Stared at her the whole day, and so yeah.
It was funny back then because Desiree was going to Japan. I was going to China. Carla was going to where was she going? Where did she go?
She was going to Guatemala.
Yeah. So the three of you, you were learning Spanish. Ako Mandarin, Desiree Japanese. But the hard thing about it that we couldn't converse with each other because we were learning different language.
Different languages. Yeah.
That was so funny. I remember going to we had Berlitz languages back then, and I would learn just the greetings. But you learned Spanish, and luckily you had everyone speaking Spanish. Tita Liliana, Arnetta. So it was like, okay, so me and Jerry are looking at each other. Who are we gonna talk to? Who are we gonna language? But it worked out. These are the things that we miss because it's just fun times, and we were all somewhat not even, I guess we were pressured, but it made things easier because we had each other, right? We just had fun. Back then, you had a great body. I mean, you were a swimmer, but back then we weren't really pushed to be pressured to have abs, right?
No.
We ate so much, and what do you say about that? And the girls now, my gosh, they're like, they have six pack, they have, such a great Victoria's Secret model body. Like, what do you think about that?
There's so much pressure. I find that, okay, in our time, during our time, to join the pageant was because, it was because of Tito Roger, it was basically out of something that you want to do out of fun. You know, Now it's become kind of professionalized. You have different beauty camps. It's surreal in a way because I actually filmed. I did a short documentary about the beauty camps and the kind of training and dedication, having teeth done, having all those things. I mean, these are things we never had. It's and the women are so dedicated at winning that they were so willing to sacrifice a lot of it, like leaving their day jobs, having to walk in 5-inch heels every day, and having to embrace that kind of lifestyle for them, having their teeth done, having and to be in shape, in such a shape that we were not really. But there's so much pressure now on that. I mean, it's become professionalized. Impressive. It's impressive. I mean, how the pageantry has has evolved in the Philippines.
Ella, you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm
Yeah, I
here.
forgot to mention, yes, now Ella is such a, she wears many hats. She is a filmmaker. And like she mentioned, she did a docu on the Philippine pageantry. And you saw a lot of how intense it is right now. I mean, of course, we're on the map. We have now a lot, like, a few crowns under our belt, and it's such an amazing time for the Philippines. But what can you advise? I mean, I know for me, I always tell my students or people that I mentor is that don't forget about what your why is. Don't forget about having fun, because at the end of the day, there's life after the pageant, right? How about for you?
Well, for me, like, you come in the pageant because you have so many whys in between. Why you want to go in, why you want to become a beauty queen. But yes, remember that there are, this is, I remember the advice my mom gave me, and it still stands true today. Never forget where you come from. Just because you're in such a pedestal now, you've become a beauty queen, but don't forget who you are, because pageantry is not you. It shouldn't be you. It's part of your life. It has been a part of yourself, but it shouldn't become you. You are more than just a pageant. Person, you're a mom, you're a sister, you're someone, you're somebody, someone. So don't forget that. I mean, it's we all love our pageants. We've come so far in Philippine pageants, but don't forget the people who have helped you. Don't forget, also, I mean, you can't, you just you can't make pageantry your whole life, um, because there is life after the pageant. You evolve to something. Evolving is up to you too. I mean, what do you like to do in life? So you evolve, you learn more, and you become more of who you are, other than just a beauty queen.
Yeah, and this is coming from a title holder, an international title holder. I mean, look, Ella is reinventing herself even more, you know, being in the media, now in film, and you did win an award, right?
Yes.
Congratulations with that. So proud of
Thank
you.
you. Thank
You know,
you.
it's I think that's the key in life, is that knowing that there is dreams after dreams, right?
Yeah.
You just have to know your passions. You have to know what your priorities are in that certain stage of your life, because it's different stages.
Mm.
So let's talk about the current challenge that we're facing now. I know that we have limitations. We have things that we must follow, rules, stay home, and make sure that we're healthy and safe. So at times like these, how do you motivate yourself? How do you motivate your family on letting them know that there is hope after this?
Well, I see it this way. It's all about perspective as well. Um, I have to share this to everyone that 2 months ago, my dad had a stroke in my province. Okay. And the sole caregiver was my sister, our youngest sister. And I found out a month ago that she might have symptoms of COVID. She's a primary caregiver of my father who is currently very ill. And I felt at that time like it devastated me, it crushed me because I can't even rush home uh, and take care of my parents. So, but I put it in a certain perspective that, hey, I still have my dad. He's still alive. He's still okay. I'm still kind of lucky because he's still there. It may not be the same for other people. So I guess you'll have to put, yeah, you'll have to put yourself in a certain perspective that you are in a better position right now than so many people are currently. You know, I still have a house with my kids, and you know, I'm living comfortably. I still get to keep my job, and you know, not a lot of people right now have those. So it's just putting things in perspective for me. But I hope that, you know, like we all want this to be over and go back to normal, like how it was before. But yeah, in a certain way, it's never going to be normal again. We're entering our new normal now. So yeah, we have to brace. We have to really embrace that too.
And we pray for your dad and of course your family at this time, and
Mm.
all the frontliners that are taking care of um, everyone in the hospitals, in the medical field. You know, this is a time that we have to, I guess, join together and make sure that we are all following rules and taking care of ourselves first and foremost, so that you know, we can somehow beat this. This sickness that's happening around the world. So on your off days, you know, do you have, I mean, during pageantry, we have no time to feel down, to feel negative, because once we are there and go on stage, we have to show our all, right? So in line with what's happening now, when you feel unmotivated, how do you flip that switch? And what do you do? How do you change that mindset on thinking positive?
Well, again, it's, you know, a matter of perspective. Again, I have to, um, you know, with all the negativity around right now, you have people dying left and right. Um, you just have to step back, and take it all in. It's okay. It's okay to take it all in. But then you also have at one point have to realize that a lot of people are looking up to you, your children, your friends, your family are looking up to you. Your, you know, people depend on you, and it's a way to show other people that, hey, I can do this. If this person who has less of I have right now can do it, then why can't I? So, like you kind of motivate yourself and okay, yeah, that's right. Like I have all the equipments I have right now to help me with my life right now. Why do I feel bad about it? So, you just get up and muster it every single day. Tell yourself, just go for it. Just do what you have to do to just make that move. Just a single step. Just a single step.
Yeah, that's great advice because, of course, right now we have people that are really feeling the anxiety, really feeling the depression, and mental health is real right now. So, it's always nice to have positive platforms like these. And of course, Ella, if you guys haven't seen your film yet, I'm sure it's available. How can we see your film right now? Is there a way that we can
Oh,
have a link?
oh my. Okay. I can't put it on YouTube yet or on any platform because it's festival brands. The thing is, if you have a film that's on festival right now, you can't. I mean, it kind of disqualifies you to enter festivals. So, as I promised on my posts, like I will do
Sure.
a screening, a local screening for everyone. I will do a local screening for everyone. And I promise I'll do that and I'll invite everyone for the screening
Yeah,
because a
we'll
lot
look.
of people have been asking me that. Yeah. So yeah. And it's actually a very opportune time today because it's the third year anniversary of the start of the siege in Marawi, March 23. So yeah, very I was hoping I could put it out, but because it's
No,
still on festival runs. I know. So yeah,
that's okay.
maybe
We'll
one
wait
day
for it. For
yes.
worth the wait. Guys,
Uh,
look out for that. I will help Ella promote it. So when it's ready or her local premiere that she's gonna have, I'll make sure to post it here so that you can get your tickets and make sure you do not miss this because I know it will be an amazing film. And this is coming from someone who has been there, who has done it, who has won a national pageant for the Philippines. So it will be a great story to tell. And, before we wrap up, Ella, please give another words of wisdom, especially at this time, to everyone who's listening, aspiring beauty queens, aspiring models, and just everyone in general who is, needing that extra positive boost.
okay. Well, what can I say? It's you know we all have family around, friends around. Um, Give them a call. Send them a message. We're glued in front of our laptops at the moment. So, might as well give those virtual hugs to everyone. It's a very difficult time for everyone, but what do we do? What do we have as Filipinos? We're very resilient. We take everything in stride. So just be there for if you can be there for one person and there for two or three more, all the better. We have each other. It's nice to catch up on other people. So mentally keep yourself so up to date on issues. You don't listen to fake news, I guess, and just keep yourself up, motivate yourself, get yourself a routine somehow, from this time at this time, and if you want to put on lipstick or just put it on, or make yourself pretty at home if you don't have to go anywhere.
Just like what we're doing now. Before starting.
Yes.
It's a challenge that I'm putting on myself now, and I think it just I was able to what do you call that? Touch two birds with one stone, right? So I challenge myself to make sure that I catch up with friends or my family each day to utilize the Zoom. We have all these free technology that we can utilize. So why not? So that's why I brainstormed and came up with this campaign with my team and my kids. And look, now we're inspiring people at the same time and catching up and reminiscing all the old photos that we have. I didn't even know, like my eldest son Nico found all those. So you can point at him.
Wow. And there's also something now that I just like an epiphany. I actually at some point told myself, Mafae has 6 children. And if she can do, how would Mafae do certain things right now? Because if she can do it, then I will most probably do it. So you actually are a huge inspiration to a lot of us. Like it's not easy. I mean, you have 6 children, and I was here. I am thinking I've had it hard because I have 2 boys, and I was like, no, I don't have it hard. I actually have it a lot easier than you do. Thank you. You're such an inspiration to a lot of women too.
Thank you. Love you, Ella.
Love you.
It's easy, but if it's going to inspire my kids and what I do, and then also other women, then of course I'm just gonna pursue what my calling is, and it's to inspire. And with that, like you said, it doesn't have to be used by words. Take away from this is, with your life, have fun. Even if you align it with the pageantry or the modeling, don't forget that there is life after that career, or there is a career after that career, right? When you want dreams to come true, you have to really work hard for it. You have to be prepared. You have to be in good shape. Always stay humble, like you said. Don't forget the people that were there from the beginning, who helped you, mentored you, and brought you to a certain level of your life. Always thank them, and again, there is life after pageantry. You have to learn how to evolve. You have to learn how to reinvent yourself. Educating yourself is nonstop. You just have to keep educating, learning. There's so many free workshops. I think this is something that I repeat every single episode, because this is a free workshop right here. This is a free motivation, inspiring content that I love to share. And of course, I'm sure Ella is on the same boat as a film director. And with that, guys, actions speak louder than words. And thank you for tuning in another episode of In Love with Me. I am thankful for Ella, my sister, for so many years. I wasn't going to say how many, but you put it out there. It's going to be 17, 18 years. And that's amazing to have, to surround yourself with people who are also inspiring and very, uplifting. So thanks, Ella. Let's catch up again with all the girls. I can't wait to see the other girls and talk about this, but let's encourage them to do this too. Okay. Thanks, Ella. Are you still there? Okay, guys. Thank you. Are you still there?